Welcome to the Shady Acres family room, where today we're going to see the very first laser machine that can put itself away. And bring itself back to life, ready for your creation. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and neither of you, because it's the very first one ever. Now, looking down into the machine, you can see the laser module over here on the back left. You can see the fan down near the bottom center for the dust extraction. That's connected to a 3-inch hose that you can put out your window or door, or you can attach it to their brand new fume extractor, which will be available very soon, and I think I will have one here in a few days, and I'll show you that at that time. I'm not going to throw a whole bunch of numbers at you. I know they would confuse me if I wasn't familiar with anything like this, but I'll throw a couple. You can put a workpiece in here of about 13 by 18 by 5.5 inches tall, and then there's grates to put on top of it. So if we open this up and put these grates in, then you get 4.5 inches, or 4 inches, I'm sorry, 4 inches with the grates in place, but 5.5 inches without them in place. And those are easy to clean too, which makes it pretty dang nice. The laser is a 20-watt diode laser, which is kind of a medium size. There's a camera right here in the center of the lid, and it has its very own easy to use Make It software. When you open the software, this is the home screen that you'll see, and they have all of these different projects that you can download. They're 99 cents each. I haven't seen any that cost more than that, and there's hundreds of them, and they're adding more and more all the time. And these are just really easy to do. There's a bicycle in here that I want to do that only has, it looks like it has a ton of parts, but it really only has 4 or 5. Yeah, there it is. I thought I might make that for my daughter as a desk ornament or whatever. Pretty cool looking, right? Made out of wood. But there's just all sorts of things you can look at and download. Just about anything you can imagine. And if you come back up here to the top, you don't want to do any of those, you want to do your own, you can just click up here in the upper right corner, new project, and it'll show you. I put a piece of wood in there now, and I refreshed the screen so it's showing that piece of wood and it's ready for artwork. So over here on the left hand side, there's an icon for image. You just click that and it'll show you a lot of built-in images. These are all free. They come with the program, and there's hundreds of those apparently. I've been playing with this for a few weeks. This is a pre-release model that they sent me, and there were some bugs to be worked out. Let me tell you, they have been so kind and so responsive. Next day I would have an answer, and that brings up something else. They've been updating their software and their firmware on a regular basis, so any issues that I encountered, they addressed them, updated the software and firmware, and fixed those issues just like that, just overnight. I've been really impressed working with them. So let's bring something in about this salamander. We'll bring that in. We'll just click it. There it is. Now it looks kind of small, so we can enlarge that. We can make it whatever size we want, and we can move it around on our workpiece, so we know right where it's going to cut, how big it's going to be. Right now it's set to engrave. See over here on the right hand side, engrave, or you can do a fill engrave, which will make it all shaded. And if you do fill engrave, then there's this block down here that you can click on, and you can say how dark you want that to be. You just click any one of these squares, and that's how dark it will be. So let's choose this one. And what that does is it updates the setting for the power and the speed and the number of passes that it will need to accommodate that color that you've chosen. And then it's just a matter of autofocus. The machine's moving now. It's lowering. It's bringing the laser head down close to the wood. It just takes a few seconds to do this. Now it's autofocused, ready to rock. So we can click start, upper right hand corner. Click send. It'll send that to the machine. Push the button on the front of the machine and it's working. Now you might see some wiggle. Yeah, I see some wiggle on the screen. That's because the table I have this sitting on is not very stable because the laser head's moving so quickly back and forth. So that causes the table to wiggle. I gotta get something more stable than what I have here. But it works for now. Don't mind the wiggling. This thing is pretty dang fast, I can tell you that. I'm just letting this go at full length of time. You'll see just how long it takes. It did tell us in the beginning how long it would take. I forgot to look, I'm sorry. It tells you right on the screen how long it'll take to make your project. Pretty quiet. And I don't have a window I can get that hose out of because I've got a big couch sitting in front of the window. There's only one window in this room, so I've got the hose running over to the door, and then I've got a fan blowing towards the door to blow the smoke outside. Not ideal, but once I get their fume extractor, I think we're going to be in business around here. Done. And there we have it. One salamander. Now over here on the right, you can choose the material that you're working with, and they have several built in. It comes preset at 3mm basswood, but you can change that to all kinds of things here. Cherry or walnut or ash, birch, cork, acrylic, stone, leather, a pebble, glazed floor tile, aluminum business cards, all sorts of presets. So you just choose whatever material you're working on and it will preset all of the parameters that you need to make your cut or your engraving or whatever it is you're doing. Now let's suppose that we want to cut this out. I could have done this at the time, but you can also do it afterwards. So if we go over here to the left and click on circle, if we hold down shift, we're going to get an exact perfect circle. But if we don't, we're going to get whatever we draw. An oval, for instance. And then you can move that oval around until your workpiece, in this case a little salamander, is in the center. That looks about right. And then we can change that to a cut. Right now it's set to engrave that oval. But we'll just come over here to the right and click cut. It'll turn it red. You can click autofocus. The machine is auto-focusing, so we'll just click start, just like we did before. We'll send to the machine. We'll push the button on the front of the machine, and it'll cut that oval out. And that's just going to take less than 60 seconds. Now, as you can see, I did not do a great job of centering my oval. It's up a little too high, but my cutout came exactly the same as what I did. I should have had him a little bit lower in the oval. But it's perfect, and it was quick. It was about 40 seconds. And just playing around, I did a few other things while I was learning the machine. One scary, one cute. Now this is kind of cool. You can see I've put a blue aluminum business card in there. So I'm going to come over here to the right. I'm going to scroll down until I find blue aluminum coated blue. So that sets my settings correctly. Then I'm going to come up here to File, Open, and I'm going to select business card number 2, I think. I was working on a couple of them. Yeah, there it is. Now this has a QR code that I was able to create. If you scan that QR code with your camera on your phone, it'll take you right to my YouTube channel. And I put my logo in there and my name. So let's refresh this. We'll just move this up here onto the business card. Looks like it all fits. So we'll click autofocus. Again, it just takes a few seconds. Just about done. It's ready to go. We're going to click start, send, push the button on the front of the machine, And now it's engraving my business card onto a blue aluminum business card. Wibble, wiggle, wobble, wiggle, wobble. I'll find a better surface to set this thing on. That took about 90 seconds. So there we have it. Now if we just take my camera, show the QR code to the camera, pops up YouTube, click on YouTube, and there's my channel. So how cool is that? Now we'll try something that I think is totally cool. I put a little gift tag inside the machine, and I'm going to come over here to text, and I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to click in there and delete the text, and I'm going to type in my granddaughter's name, and I'm going to select it and resize it and drag it over here to the gift tag. And I can zoom in so I can see better what I'm doing. So that says Lily, and I want to fill engrave that, so I'll come over here to the right hand side and click fill engrave like that, and then I'll come down here to image, and I'll find something I think she'll like, and I think that might be this horse. So it puts the horse in there, and we'll just resize it and drag that onto the gift tag, resize it just a little bit smaller, and then I'll click fill engrave on that, and that looks pretty good. Now comes the fun part. Now I've just added 3 more gift tags. We'll zoom out here a little bit, and I didn't put them in any kind of order or straight up and down, or I didn't pay any attention. I just tossed them in there, and then I'm going to come up here to the upper left, and then I'm going to click on Smart Fill, and look at that. It filled them in automatically. So now I'm just going to click Auto Focus. I'm going to click Start. I'm going to click Send. I'm going to push the button on the machine, and it's going to work, and it's going to do all of those. Shakety, shakety. I don't know about you, but that's absolutely amazing to me. Technology, wow. Now, I wish I would have chosen a fancier font, but they turned out perfectly. How cool is that? I wanted to try this. Suppose I wanted to cut business cards out of wood. So I brought my business card in here, and I think if I go over here to an array creation, we've got 2 columns wide, that looks right, and 3 rows deep, that looks right. Control C to copy, Control V to paste again. I think we're ready to click Start and Send, and push the button on the front of the machine. We'll just see what happens. Well, those turned out really cool, and I even checked it with my phone, and it even reads it. Good to go. Now you can see I've taken the grid out of the bottom of the machine because I needed a little bit of extra height. I put a bowl in there. This is last week's video bowl that I did. And I put my logo on, and we're gonna burn it. We'll click Start. We'll click Send. We'll push the button on the front of the machine and just see what happens. Looks to me like I might have burned it a little hot. It didn't have mulberry, so I chose cherry wood because I thought it was similar in hardness. My main concern is, did I get it centered? Who knows? Well, it actually looks pretty good. Now I've put a different piece in there. I'm really happy with the logo on the other one. I hope this turns out as well. It's hard to see because my logo, as I look at it, is square. It has a square background, so it's hard to see where the circle part of the logo is under my signature. The background of the logo, which is square, covers up part of the signature, so it's really hard to line it up just the way I want it, But we'll see. Now I've put a Slate coaster in there, and I put a graphic and some text on it, and we are going to see what it looks like, because I just really have no idea. I don't know how this engraves on a dark surface like that. Does it make it lighter? Does it make it darker? I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know how well you can see that, but the answer is it makes it lighter. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. You see it now. It's got a lot more to do on the bird though, I think. A lot of little details. Well, how about that? Let's get a better look at it. I'm liking it. Can you see the little details, the feathers? Pretty cool. Now I got a place to put my coffee cup on my desk. A little late, but better late than never. So I think this is the last thing I want to show you. This is so cool, and I'm pretty sure it's an exclusive. I haven't seen any other companies doing this. What I want to show you is if you come over here to the left and click on AI, Artificial Intelligence, this screen always comes up as soon as you open it. This is the description of what one of these servers determined you're looking for. So we're not interested in that. We're going to get rid of that description. And we're going to type in something, anything you can think of. Let's just say cat in a hat. So I'm just going to type in cat in a hat. And I'm going to click on this first server, and I'm going to say I want 3 samples, and I'm going to click generate. Now this will take about 60 seconds, so I'll bring you right back. That's the first sample. That's just from this one server. There's three different servers that we can choose from. So that's the first sample. Cat in a hat. There's just some cats, no hats. And there's just a cat, no hat. So this is the only one that came out as I might have imagined. Now let's click on this server and see what it has. Well, it's got a close-up of a cat that looks like it might have a hat. And there's another. And there's one without a hat. So I don't know what's up with that. We'll try this last server. Well, now we're getting somewhere. He looks pretty debonair, doesn't he? And she's pretty. That might be my favorite. So now if you find one that you like, then you can just come down here and click import to canvas. And it'll put it right on your workpiece. Now you can resize it. And then you can engrave that. And cut it out if that's what you want to do. You can also erase the background if you want to. That's what I was going to try. I'm going to get rid of this. Cat in a hat, plain background. I just want to see what we get from that. Well, we got more cats and hats. Still has a background, however, but it's easy to get rid of that background. If you come up here with your image selected, come up here to edit image. There's 3 different things you can do here. You can crop out some of the color, you can erase some of the color, or you can use this automatic eraser like that. So that's not perfect. I could zoom in here and get it better. You get the idea. Now you have just the cat and the hat. You don't have a background. Okay, I set it up so it's gonna go ahead and engrave it and cut it out. I'll bring you back when that's done. So these are just a few of the many things I've been playing around with this machine. The WeCreate Vision. This on that AI. This is I said show me a picture of Superman on a skateboard. And it did. And I did the bottom of my 2 bowls. You might remember that one. This one, like I said, was last week's. Those turned out great. Although I wish I would have got this centered a little better. It needs to be up a little higher. I didn't realize I'd already done a cat in a hat with exactly the same size circle. I don't know how I managed that. 2 cats in a hat. A butterfly. Howdy. Let's get to it. Some Lily gift tags, the salamander, my business cards. These 2 samples came with the machine. I didn't do those. There's another kitty, the spider, My aluminum business card. I really like this. That just turned out really cool, don't you think? Might be hard to see. The lighting in this room isn't that great, but anyway. You can make little inlays for the bottom of your work if you want to. Shady Acres Woodshop logo there. I've been having fun. I've just been having fun because it is fun. And now that I've used it a while and they've done their upgrades, I have all the confidence in the world in this machine. Oh yeah, and I didn't even show you this. This is the air pump for the built-in air assist. Now remember, this didn't take any assembly whatsoever. None. Other than plug the cords into the back for your computer and for power and for the air assist. Just plug them in. No assembly. It was ready to go right out of the box. And the folks at WeCreate just sent me a link to get you a substantial discount on this machine just in time for Christmas or whatever. So be sure you read the description, follow the link, take a look at the machine, see what all it can do. I haven't even scratched the surface. I feel really bad. I didn't get to my bicycle. I wanted to do the bicycle. But you know what? They're sending me a fume extractor. They're sending me some incredible plywood, different colors and whatnot. I didn't even get to test the rotary tool in here yet, and I'm looking forward to that. We'll do another video. I just can't wait for that. As I said, this video is kind of long, so we'll do that at another time soon. I really hope you enjoyed this. New wood turning video tomorrow. So for now, this is Phil. Shady Acres Woodshop with the WeCreate vision. Signing off.